Hello guys, and welcome to another tutorial on DaVinci Resolve. And in today's video we're going to be looking at the basic modes for editing your footage with the timeline, and that's the icons just here. So first of all, you're going to start off in the one that's an arrow, and that's the default edit mode, the selection mode. So this mode allows you to do a few different ways of editing your clips. The most basic way is if you click on it, like this clip here, I can drag it to another track. So I'm moving my audio down here and my video clip to the second track. And I can move it all the way along the timeline, like so, on a different track. Maybe I could bring it back onto the existing track, and then I can move it back to its original position. So that's one thing you can do, nice and easy. And you could also, for example, use this to move clips around. Let's say again we wanted to change the position of these two clips. I could click on it and move it around to this position, and then I could then take this clip and sort of shuffle things around. That's it in its very basic form. So the other thing you can do is, let's say for example you hover towards the edge, notice that the icon changes to this format. This allows you to lengthen or shorten the selected clip. If I drag it to the right, it's now shortening that clip, but it's actually creating spaces between the two clips. If I then drag it back the other way, it then fills that space again. The other thing to bear in mind is look at the color for the clip. At the moment this is red. That means I can't drag it any further in this direction because there's no more footage available. This is the start of the actual clip. If I bring it to the top and I try and extend it in that direction, I can't. So this is basically the beginning of the clip. So if I then drag it in this direction, I can make it short. And notice it's now green. That means that there is footage available on the original source clip, which is going to allow me to extend it in this direction up to the maximum point. Now have a look at this clip here. Now this clip is actually longer than it is in this current space. If I can prove that by going up to the top and then drag it in this direction. So I've actually got more footage. So if I now come into where it was originally here, and I then go to the end of the clip, I can drag it in this direction, and it indicates that by this green line here. I could, for example, come over the top here and actually make this clip extend and overwrite what I've got on this position. So this is making this clip longer and subsequently moving the edit point and making the clip on this side shorter. As a recap, if you can only do this trick if the actual line, when I drag it, is actually green, that means there is footage available. But if I try and do it in the opposite direction, for example here, and it's red, that means I'm not going to be able to drag it in that direction with this actual icon. The other thing to do with this tool is you can also not only move it around, but you can use it to overwrite the existing or other clips. So I can drag it, as I said, to different tracks. I can also move it on top of existing clips, like so. And this is making this kind of clip shorter and this one longer. And I can move it back, for example, over the other way. Again, I'm creating some gaps at this point. The other thing you can do is notice when you hover over it, you've got this double-headed move or icon, and this is only going to work if you've got footage available on both sides of the clips. So if I, for example, move this clip, let's say in this direction over here, and then I go to my double-headed, I can actually just drag and move the two clips simultaneously. So I'm kind of changing the edit points with at the same time on both clips, and you can see it's got the white rectangles. That means how much footage is available for me to move the edit point. I can't move the edit point any further in this direction because I've reached the end of that rectangle, and if I go over to the other side, I can't then bring it any further this way because it's indicated there's no more footage available. The next mode to look at is the one just here. This is the trim edit mode. And this is quite an interesting beast. So, for example, take a look at this clip, which is actually longer than the space I've allocated. And look at the difference of the icons here. If I click on this icon here, in the middle of the clip, and I move it to the left or to the right, I can then kind of move the in and out points for that particular clip, and you can see indicated by these white rectangles here. So I can't move it any further in this direction because I'm already at the start of the clip. I can drag the in point much further along the actual video clip, but it still allocates the same amount of space as opposed to the tool here, where I can actually, if I do that, I'm actually increasing the size of the clip. This mode here is particularly useful if you've got to specifically keep that length of the clip. Perhaps you've got some B-roll, or you've got a sound effect, or you've got maybe a voiceover. You want to change the in and out points of that clip without having to delete it and then go back, find the source, and then change edit points manually. You could just change in and out points by dragging in the middle of that clip. It also offers the same thing as we had in the arrow mode, the selection mode. So if I click on the edge of this clip here and I drag it to the right, it's changing the length of the clip. But notice the difference between this and the previous mode is it's not creating any gaps. It's actually pushing everything along. So it's kind of like a sort of magnetic or sticky mode, I suppose. So if I kind of drag all the way along, then the length, it pushes all the other clips along with it. And conversely, if I go the other way, let's say I go back this way and I drag the clip backwards, it's then effectively sucking all of the clips along with it. But if we compare it to the previous mode, I go over to here and then come backwards, that creates an actual gap between the footage. So if you don't want to have this gap created, then you want to stick in the second mode, come to your clip, and you can kind of drag it along and everything comes with it. That leaves us with the third and final mode, which is the blade mode, and that is probably the easiest to understand. If we click on this, we can simply just click and create cuts wherever we actually click the icon. Nice and straightforward. The other thing you can do, of course, is if you don't want to use the blade edit mode directly, you can create cut points in all the other two modes as well, just by clicking where we've got the playhead, for example here, and pressing the keys Commands or Control B, and that creates a cut point at that point of the playhead. So I click over here and press Control B or Command B, and I get a cut here. Alright, so that's the tutorial for those three modes, and in another video I'm going to be looking at the fourth mode, which is perhaps a little bit more confusing than the other three, and that's why I want to put it in a separate video. Hope that's useful, guys, and I shall see you soon on another video. Don't forget, of course, to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks on DaVinci Resolve.